You upload your first video, 5 views. 10th video, 5 views. 20th video, still 5 views. And nobody can tell you why. So you start looking for something to blame. And the internet has an answer ready for you. One that sounds technical, sounds unfair, and conveniently isn't your fault. It's wrong. And believing it is what keeps most channels dead. In this video, 3 mistakes killing most YouTube channels. What's actually happening, and how to fix each one. The first one is the mistake almost every creator gets told to make. Let's kill this one first. You've heard it. Your channel got hit. YouTube is suppressing you. There's a hidden switch somewhere, and someone flipped it on your account. YouTube doesn't use the word shadowban. Their official partners, the ones with direct support access, say the same thing when creators come to them convinced they've been hit. It isn't a thing. Here's what's actually happening. Every video you upload gets shown to a small test audience. YouTube watches 2 numbers. Do people click it? Do people stay? If those numbers hold, the test gets bigger. If they don't, the test stops. That's it. That's the whole mechanism. You weren't punished. You were measured. And that changes everything. Because a punishment is invisible and out of your hands. A measurement is something you can read and something you can fix. Now, suppression is real. It's just not mysterious. Content that sits close to a policy line gets less reach. Keyword-stuffed titles and descriptions get read as gaming the system. Content that isn't yours gets treated like content that isn't yours. So here's what to actually do. If your channel doesn't exist yet, 2 things. 1. Decide who the channel is for before you decide what it's called. 1 audience, 1 topic. If your channel covers 5 unrelated things, YouTube has nothing to match you to. It's not withholding your reach. It doesn't know who you're for. 2. Don't build on other people's content. Reused content is a real monetization blocker. Clips you didn't make, compilations with nothing added, reposts with a filter on top. Faceless doesn't mean unoriginal. You can use stock footage and licensed clips and still be original, as long as the edit, the script, and the structure are yours. If your channel already exists, do not delete your videos. I need to be blunt about this one, because the internet is full of people telling you to wipe your channel and start clean. There is no reset. There's no channel score sitting somewhere that a deletion clears. Deleting a video removes exactly one thing: the traffic and the watch time that video had earned you. You'd be destroying real numbers to fix an imaginary problem. Here's what to do instead. If a video genuinely doesn't fit the channel anymore, set it to private or unlisted. It stops representing you publicly. You keep everything. Then go back to your existing videos and fix the 2 things that were actually being measured. New titles, new thumbnails, same videos. And going forward, keep the next 10 uploads on 1 topic for 1 audience. You're not begging the algorithm to forgive you. You're giving it something to work with. This is the one most creators discover far too late, after they get into the partner program. I found out personally. I had an AI cartoon channel. The views were there, and the RPM came in at 45 cents. 45 cents per 1,000 views. Meanwhile, a channel in a different niche, same views, can earn several times that. Same effort, same upload count, same platform, completely different outcome. Because RPM isn't decided by how hard you work, it's decided by who's watching and what advertisers will pay to reach them. Now here's the part most videos get wrong, so listen closely. High RPM alone isn't the answer either. A niche with an excellent RPM and almost no audience will pay you less than a mid RPM niche with real search volume. What matters is both together. RPM times volume. So before you commit to a niche, before you build the channel, before you make 30 videos, check both. What kind of advertiser wants this audience? And how many people are actually looking for this content? 10 minutes of checking. It decides what your work is worth for the next 2 years. Picture what actually happens when someone opens YouTube. They see a wall of videos. And the first thing their eye lands on isn't your title. It isn't your view count. It isn't how many hours you spend editing. It's the thumbnail. They scroll past dozens of them, fast. And they don't stop for something competent. They stop for something that breaks the pattern. A number that doesn't make sense. An image that shouldn't exist. A face doing something you have to explain to yourself. If your thumbnail is forgettable, nothing else you did matters. The script doesn't matter. The edit doesn't matter. Nobody ever gets to see it. And most creators make it in the last 4 minutes of a 4-hour edit. Flip the order. Make the thumbnail first. Because if you can't make a thumbnail that would stop you, the video idea itself is the problem, and you just saved yourself 4 hours. So, 3 mistakes. You thought you were being punished. You were being measured. You picked a niche for views instead of what it's worth. And you treated the one thing that decides the click as an afterthought. None of those 3 are talent problems. They're setup problems, which means all 3 are fixable this week on the channel you already have. If you want the complete system, instead of patching these 3 one at a time, the full niche process, the script framework, the thumbnail system, 16 weeks structured start to finish, that's the Black Syllabus. Link in the first comment. No promises on the page, just the receipts.